Because if I can, you know, if I can find an interesting angle to replay a game on stream, I will. It's not like we haven't replayed stuff before. Obviously, we did Kingdom Hearts, or not Kingdom Hearts, Alan Wake. We've done Alan Wake on stream, and we did New Game Plus for that, etc. And that was a good time. I had a lot of fun doing that.
You're finished. Feeling good.
Okay, yeah. So these enemies are still tough. Oh my god, I was stuck inside. That was wild. All right. That's effect Moogle. Who was turned into a Moogle? Oh, Alamina. There we go. Ooh.
Yes, I'm unstoppable.
I mean, that was still pretty rough. Nice.
Got some syrup.
I was saying something. Oh yeah. That, like, so the idea of like replaying a game on channel, even one that's like that was really tough to go through, like Kingdom Hearts level 1.
This is kind of exciting. Nice.
You know, if I can get confirmation from YouTube and Twitch and stuff that I won't get brutally demonetized for doing it, you know, it's absolutely something that might happen. You know, I've only played Kingdom Hearts 1 100 times at this point in my life. What's another playthrough?
Okay.
Keep them coming.
A Soul Guard's resolve never sways.
I am sad that I ended up losing that footage, but it had to, you know, I had my local VODs for Kingdom Hearts 1 critical, but since I couldn't identify exactly what was copyright striking, like the things that would get me in one video would not get claimed in another. Like, it was super inconsistent, so I have no idea what really caused it. I know there was one song in the game that just constantly got me, which was the Winnie the Pooh theme, and I know that some other streamers have had issues with that in the past, in like the 100 Acre Wood. That song got copyright struck immediately. You know, or whatever. But the biggest issue with it, I think, was just like, it was weird because like the Utada music was revenue share, like not fully demonetized or anything. It was just like Final Fantasy music was like a big issue. Stuff from Hercules was like a big problem. I don't know, like, obviously 100 Acre Wood, as I mentioned, was like a big pain in the ass. But yeah, these fights are still hard. Okay, so normal mode is not a free pass. We gotta work for it.
Take this. Ice Saber. You're mine.
Oh shoot! I gotta heal.
I'm on it.
Get rid of these Griffin Claws. Oh my god.
You're mine.
Think you can handle this?
Holy Saber.
Do not drop your defenses until the very end.
Go for it.
No. Die, please.
We asked for your
We did it. Oh, whew.
Thanks, everyone. Let me see. Is this?
Wrath of Wind. Nice. But yeah, like I don't know, that was a fun stream event that we did. and I am sad that I was not able to complete the run on stream because of the circumstances and because of all of the copyright stuff that hit me, demonetization that hit me as a result of doing that. But I liked it a lot, and as much as that game irritates the shit out of me, like, because the thing with Kingdom Hearts is that, like, I think that the people who like really puff it up are insane, like I have played especially the first Kingdom Hearts so many times, like just truly more times than I can count at this point. And it's just, I genuinely think I have gone through that game. God, I mean, at this point, it's got to be over 10 times just separately in my, like, at points in my life. Like, I've just played it so many times because I played it when it came out, when I was a kid, probably twice or 2 or 3 times, like, as a kid. Kingdom Hearts 1. And then when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, I replayed Kingdom Hearts 1. I played Chain of Memories a couple times. I've only ever finished it 100% once. You know how it is. But when Final Mix came out, actually, you know what? That's a lie. Yes. Because I finished it twice. Because I've played Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories on the GBA, and then I've played Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories or Chain of Memories or whatever, and I've beaten it on PS2. The thing with a lot of it, though, with a lot of that game and that series, just like, I do think, especially in KH1, the level design is not great, and the going through the stories of all of the worlds, it gets so old. Like, it is so incredibly tiresome to do it, and that's the part that I dislike the most on replays, is just having to put up with the baby's first video game storytelling of going back through and like replaying all the Disney worlds, and it's just not a lot of fun. But as I've said before, like Kingdom Hearts 1, I hear people puff up these games and their combat systems and their stuff, and especially in Kingdom Hearts 1, they're I feel like they are mad nostalgia goggles for that game, because that game is just a gigantic mess systemically, and critical mode doesn't, like, the thing that made the playthrough super interesting to me was the combination of critical mode and EXP0, because it just so drastically changes how you play the game. And I don't think that is necessarily like a statement about good design, or like I honestly don't think that EXP0 critical is good in Kingdom Hearts 1, because the game wasn't designed around it. It was added in Final Mix. But it's interesting to go back through that game and revisit it in that new way, just because the shape of the game changes so drastically from what I think most people are used to from playing Kingdom Hearts throughout the years, that you have to learn a whole new game. Like the game just doesn't play the way that you remember it playing. And it's very clear as you go through it that a lot of the encounters were designed with certain things in mind that are just not available to you.
Yes.
Like, holy shit, Ice Titan. And like Ice Titan in EXP0 is actually a nightmare. Like, truly the worst possible thing. And the anti-Sora fight, or the Sora's Shadow fight in Neverland, oh my god. If you could just block If you could just hit guard in level 1, it would absolutely change the game experience fully and just make it so much better.
Yes.
But there were legitimate challenges and triumphs in that run that we did on stream that were so much fun. And yeah, I mean, I'm sad that it has to be this way, but it is, I think it, you know, our time going through level 1 for now has to remain like a fun little stream exclusive. I kind of group it in my head with some of the other games that we have played on the stream, like prior to when I did VODs. Like some of my favorite games ever, honestly. Like Signalis was a game that I played. I played that game on stream, and it was before I was recording VODs. It was before I was learning how to do a lot of this stuff, and Signalis kind of was, I think, was the last big game I played before I started doing VODs. I think, what was the first thing I uploaded? Fatal Frame. That's a throwback. Boy. People have been watching those VODs lately. As of the time of uploading this, people have been watching those VODs. The view count just really steadily increases every single month. I don't know why. The quality is terrible, and I was not as good at that. Not that game, but at streaming.
Yes.
and recording things as I am now. Like my entire experience with streaming is just, yeah, it's massively different now than it was back then. But it's just interesting to me to look back on that a little bit.
Where to next?
I think.
Let's plan our next move.
Oh, Jutu Ono continent. I can't fast travel out of here, can I?
Let's rest up.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I can't. I have to use the ferry to go back to the mainland, and then I can travel. Got it. Okay. That makes sense. What do I have to do? Play the fairy flute. How the heck do I do that?
Summoned.
Time to get to work.
How do I do it?
I got this.
I want to do the areas that I missed, that I was unable to do in the past. Just get them cleared out. Oh my god, what? Whoa. Okay. Whoa, I can't access my map right now, which is... Whoa, he moves so fast. Can I just go to any beach that we've ever been to at this point? Can I go to other continents, like over here and stuff? Holy smokes. I think I can. This is cool. It's cool seeing this stuff. Yeah, sorry. I want to go back here. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think... Arvet's pasture is where I want to go, right? With some of these things, right? No, okay, it makes me accept. Interesting. What was I gonna say? I've been rambling about Kingdom Hearts for 15 minutes. I mean, Kingdom Hearts is interesting. Certainly is a game that I have spent a lot of time in my life playing, and I think that those games are kind of weak, or at least Kingdom Hearts 1 is pretty weak. I just, I'm sad that we would ostensibly like.
Yes.
I have this thing. I have this compulsion. It's like really strong compulsion towards like cataloging, I guess is like a really good way to describe it. It's like probably not like great mental health wise, but I have a very serious compulsion towards cataloging, and it's something that I've worked through for a really long time, and I try to break the habit of being obsessed with, like, it's gonna sound really foolish and dumb, but in my personal media consumption, I'm very hyper focused on having like quote unquote like the best experience, and it's very rough to me when I play part of a game series and I put it down, right? And because I really like to have like a holistic view of things, right? It's kind of my personality. That's my gimmick. That's what people know me for. And it's really hard to engage with certain things when I know that my experience with them is like not fresh, I guess, or like I'm not accounting for everything. And so with Kingdom Hearts, using this as an example, I have in my years, basically every single time a new Kingdom Hearts game has come out, I have said, I'm going to play these games now. And like, I'll replay the old ones. Why is it saying these guys are going to be easy for me to beat? Yeah, these guys are not going to be easy for me to beat. Like, it's saying they're green checkpoints. What's up with that? This is wild.
Just what I need.
Take over.
Time to get to work.
This is my reign.
Oh yeah, no. We're gonna run now.
I refuse to
Wise warriors avoid battles.
Basically, like every single time a Kingdom Hearts game has come out in my life, I've been like, yeah, I'll go and I'll finally see this series for what it is and view it all and see it all together and like finally get the full picture, right? And every single time this has happened, I have restarted the series from scratch, and I've done things, you know, a few different ways to keep things a little bit fresh, but as a result, every single time I play the series, I go through Kingdom Hearts 1 again, a game that I genuinely don't like very much, and then get to Chain of Memories, play half of Chain of Memories, get tired, sick of that game, especially on hard mode or whatever the hell it's called, critical mode. Sorry, talking and doing platforming at the same time is tough. Go through critical mode in that, and then like just get exhausted and burnt out isn't the right word, but like just like my feelings on the series sours more and more, but I get plagued with this guilt, and this happens, you can extrapolate this to any series or anything, but like I get plagued with this guilt of like, well, I put it down, and now if I want to get back into it, I'm gonna have to start it back up, and it just like creates this really vicious cycle.
Brimming with power.
And this has just kind of been a thing in my life, like with regards to my relationship with media. I do this with a lot of franchises and with a lot of things.
Yes.
I get really obsessed with charting my path through media, for like lack of a better word.
Let's use the meridian to
And I get really caught up in the logistics of it, and it oftentimes gets in the way of me just like consuming stuff. And Visions of Mana is actually interesting in this context, and this is kind of the reason why I'm talking about it. Visions of Mana is, like the fifth Mana game, I think, mainline Mana game. And it's one that I'm playing like in English, which isn't me. I'm not saying anything bad about the dub. I actually think the dub is fun and cute and well acted for most of the characters. But my compulsion for the way that I interact with media
Thanks for the pick-me-up.
is very much okay. Yeah, it's not gonna let me go there. Cool. My compulsion with media generally is to play things in their original languages, on hard mode, maximize my feelings, my experience with them, play every game in the franchise leading up to them so that I know, you know, the design decisions that led to each in like
Brimming with power.
that lead to each iteration and all of that stuff. And with VOM, I skipped a lot of that, and I'm playing it in English, and I'm just having fun with it, and I'm trying to not be super caught up. And it's really hard. It is actually difficult for me to do this. And
Resonate.
you know,
Brimming with power.
it's probably stupid to hear that, right? Like, it's like a silly thing to hear from someone, but it is a thing for me that I deal with, and you know, the issues of having OCD and compulsions and stuff. But like, yeah, I don't know. My point is, if I were to try and revisit Kingdom Hearts, you know, I part of me wants to be able to play them at level 1, you know, EXP 0, and go through that whole hassle again just to prove that I can do it, you know? Because I like that. I'm a competitive person, and I like being able to do things that other people can't do, and I think that there's honor and glory and blah, 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 and, you know, whatever else you want to read into with that. Like, I think that there's merit in doing things that are hard just because they're difficult, and grinning and bearing it, and I think that there's learning and I don't know, like, self-improvement. Like, there's nothing wrong ever with wanting to do something just because it's tough to do it. Like, sometimes there is value in doing that. But, you know, as things are, it can be very... Okay, whew. I don't know where that wanted me to go. Really not sure. But maybe right there, I guess, so I could have gotten that chest. Weird. We're gonna go to the central area here after. But yeah, I don't know. I've thought about that a lot. Just thinking about if I were to go back, would I do it again? Would that be good for me? Would that be good for the channel? I know people generally say like, "Oh, we just like to see you have fun, Toaster," but like, I'm not putting this on the audience. Like, it's not you guys' fault, but like, it's a very competitive ecosystem, YouTube and Twitch and streaming in general, and it is not as simple as just doing what you love. Like, it's you can't make a living doing that. And that might sound really cynical, but it's the truth. I have the analytics to prove it. I'm very happy that people like watching me and that people just like watching me have fun. And that matters a lot to me. But having fun doesn't necessarily pay the bills. And I don't even mean that in like a bad way. I just mean that in the sense that, like, you know, if I wasn't trying to do this to pay the bills, then like having fun wouldn't be a big deal. Like, I would just do it and it would be fun. But you really got to figure out what makes your stream and what makes you special as an entertainer when you want to do something like this. And in this particular case, doing things on their hard difficulties and like going out of my way to showcase games in a different way than most people do them. Even though it might not necessarily be a massive draw, it is a draw. And you really gotta, when you're a small-time streamer like I am, you really have to leverage as much of that as you possibly can, just to get even the smallest ounce of a leg up on any of the competition. Because don't get it twisted. Streaming is a competition. There isn't enough room. There's not enough mind share. It is not a big enough field for everyone to succeed at. And that's just a reality of it. That's how it works.
Please work.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. If I went back to Kingdom Hearts, I don't know. Whoa. Okay, so the greater Aeries are crazy. Level 99? What the fuck? Yeah. This is not achievable.
Refuse to relent.
That's straight up
Wise warriors
impossible.
avoid battles.
I didn't think that was going to be like that. That's crazy. What the hell? Yeah, that's nuts. Huh.
We should be off.
I'm just going to look for other maps that we can return to really quickly and do other Aeries in, I guess. But yeah, I don't know.
Fine opportunity to
I don't
rest.
remember what my point was. That's stupid. But ooh, we have old quests open up here. Wow, what the heck? Sure. But yeah, I don't know. Long story short, I've played a lot of games off stream, or on stream, and that never got uploaded. And unfortunately, I think Kingdom Hearts 1 is going to stay there, but all of this was to say it's not completely out of the question for me to revisit it. It's not like I haven't revisited Kingdom Hearts a million times before.
Huh?
Oh, it's you lot. If you're interested in helping the old man out again, I have another favor to ask of you. I expect you've seen the old windmill on Mount Gala. It's pretty hard to miss. It stood up there since my grandpa was alive, but the building has slowly fallen into disrepair. My final job before I retire as a windmill maker is fixing that old thing. Problem is, the place is infested with monsters now. Make matters worse, they aren't monsters we usually see on Mount Gala. In fact, they're much more dangerous. We don't have the muscle to get rid of a threat like that, which is why I want to ask you to take care of it. That windmill is a historic landmark, and it pains me to see it in such a state. So would you be willing to help me out here? Sure. Yeah, why not? That's easy. We'll do that. Definitely want to grab more of these elemental vessel
Activate.
stones whenever we can.
Thanks for the pick-me-up.
Just because we actually are a little bit crunched on elemental points to fill out the plot. I record visions very late at night, so if I sound tired or if I ramble during these episodes, it's because it's usually 2 in the morning and I'm
this.
doing it. Like,
Taking this.
not to sound self-pitying, but I'm sleepy. But videos need to get made. I'm very far behind. I set a goal for myself this month, and due to certain circumstances, I did not meet that goal. At least not yet. There's still half the month left, but... And by the time you guys see this, I don't know what the date's gonna be. I guess you can see it on the save file screen the day that I recorded this, so it's not a huge mystery when this was made, but
Let's ride this whirlwind.
I don't like to specifically say the dates when I'm playing because it dates the videos in like a very tangible way. It like draws attention to it. I guess me talking like this just draws attention to it anyway, but it's halfway through November and I planned to have Visions of Mana and Shin Megami Tensei completed and fully recorded right now. But for the past 2-ish weeks, my life has been very busy and very hectic and preoccupied. So I haven't been able to record at all. In fact, the only time I've even spoken to my friends in the past 2 weeks is recording the Dead Laws and the Cave Escape 2 behind the scenes art videos, which you can go see on the Noel Playing Games Patreon if you want to see those. But that's literally the only time I've had to talk to anyone or even meet with people like at all in the past 2 weeks. And I was taking November off, and my goal was to finish everything that was outstanding in that time. And unfortunately, that didn't really happen.
Feels sick.
Oh, spirit!
Okay.
Silted boomerang. Save this one just for you.
Let's see if we can beat these level 31s. I really should have cookied before I did this.
This should be its last turn.
Oh. Alright, we killed them.
We should be prepared for subsequent strikes.
Alright. That wasn't terrible. It wasn't the worst thing that's ever happened. I'll just go to a Meridian and travel back to the town. But yeah, I just haven't
Let's rest up.
played anything in a few days. And I say a few days, I mean a couple weeks. And that's been nice in and of itself, but I really would like to clear some stuff off my plate, because I'm very exhausted and very tired, and I just don't want to have to think about this stuff right now. You took care of the monsters. Well, I knew you were the right folks for the job. Like, worrying about scheduling, nothing is worse in the world than like having to worry about uploading on a schedule. When the time's right, I'll take my princess up to the windmill and start the repairs, so if you're ever back in the area, do come say hello.
That was a great new experience.
My question is if he moved here and if there's a quest here for us now. Nope. Awesome. That means we could teleport and go somewhere else.
Let's rest up.
I do wonder, there's not much in Tiania. Charred Passage, Aerie Passage, Longrin, Mount Gala, Lafayette Drifts. Nothing new. Awesome. Etern, nothing new. Rhyme Falls, nothing new. Fallow Step, lots of new stuff. Alright. But yeah, I really, it's all talk. It's easy to say you want to get a bunch of shit done, clear it off your plate. For me, my mental stack is a little bit overloaded all the time. I work on 40,000 projects, and then I have a really busy day job, and then I stream, and then I record, and then I'm sometimes on a podcast that gives me existential anxiety. It's just, there's a lot of stuff on my plate, and I write for a live tabletop improv show, and I'm writing a novel. I just have too many hobbies. And so my goal this month, instead of doing something like NaNoWriMo, which I normally would be doing, and know I could actually do, like I've finished NaNoWriMo before, and just this year I've written more than a NaNoWriMo's worth of content for No Playing Games. Like I could do it. I could do it this month, and I normally would be, but I just had to cut stuff out of my schedule because there's so much. There's so much going on, and I don't have the ability to keep up with it. I am drowning a little bit, and not in a bad way. I just am drowning a little bit in all of my commitments. And I really would have liked to get Password done this month, and Baldur's Gate 3, and Baldur's Gate 3 might still be on the table. Keith and I had some scheduling issues earlier this month. He wanted to record stuff during times that I was unavailable, and then I wanted to record stuff, but he wasn't available because he's doing November, and kind of his own NaNoWriMo style thing. So it's been tough. It's been really tough to find time. It's been tough to be able to figure out how we're gonna manage literally any of it.
Calls for the elemental vessel.
Take this! Here I go!
Keep them coming.
That's far enough!
I'm all right.
Easy! You're mine!
Here.
You're
I
not
think I
getting
can use
away.
the vessel. This should come in handy. Come at me! Next!
One rival remains.
Got it!
Oh, spirit! Yes!
Okay.
Yeah, suddenly these Aerie challenges make so much more sense as like doable but difficult like challenges that you you kind of spend resources on.
Useless tool.
Spirit!
Geyser. Think you can handle this? I can go another round.
Yeah, this makes so much more sense. Consecutive casting moon, that's cool. Allows for consecutive casting.
I'll deal with this.
I'm glad that we finally were able to get that. Holy smokes. Because that was a pain in the ass before, not being able to do that. But yeah, I don't know. Since my stream isn't active right now because I was taking the month off of streaming,
We should be off.
people, this VOD, man, the fact that I was planning on recording this
Fine
like
opportunity
earlier
to rest.
than I did is like kind of makes this a pain in the ass because this would have been very delayed from when this is going to air, but this is going to air
I
like
got this.
in a week or something probably. I don't know. I think I'm out of episodes to air currently at the time of recording this. So I don't 100% know even what the like when this is happening, so to speak, but
Time to shine.
I have some plans,
Power.
some new plans for streams in the new year, and I would have liked to get a lot more done. I would have liked to get a lot more done and get through a bunch more commitments before starting yet another idea and moving on to a new.
Let's use the
Not moving on isn't the right word. That makes it sound like I'm abandoning streaming or something. Like I'm gonna stop playing the games I'm playing. That's not what's happening. But I'm making certain changes to like how the stream looks and how I'm gonna be playing stuff, and there is definitely a little bit of a shake-up that's gonna happen with regards to scheduling and how I go about things. And I just would have really liked to get through some of that stuff. I would have liked to be done with that, done with everything that's on my plate before I did that, but gotta keep moving. There's no stopping, ever. You can stop when you're dead. That's what they say. Okay, so I can play the fairy flute here. I am sad because this month the new Life is Strange came out, and I really wanted to record that. So this is another example of where my compulsion comes in. I've played Life is Strange 1 2 or 3 times all the way through. I played it through on PlayStation 4 when it launched, and I really liked it. I liked it enough that I then went and played it again on PC. And then Before the Storm came out, I had a new PC at the time, and it had, like a shiny 120 hertz screen which was at the time pretty impressive,
Where to next?
pretty fancy feature, not standard. And I was like, I'm gonna replay Life is Strange 1, get all the collectibles, do Before the Storm, get all the collectibles. And then I played all the other Life is Stranges and blah blah blah. And regardless, my point is, don't need to drag that onto a 20-minute long tangent. I wanted to play Life is Strange double exposure on the channel. And I was grappling with the problem of it being a sequel to a 10-year-old game, and it literally following up on the story of a 10-year-old game. And granted, it's one that I'm sure most of my audience has experienced in some form or another.
Power of men.
Life is Strange is not
Brimming with power.
an incredibly inaccessible story. I think a lot of people have played it, or at least have watched playthroughs of it, or whatever. But I was like, fuck it, I'll just play double exposure. We'll just record it. We'll do it right now. Who cares? And holy smokes, the game is buggy as hell at launch. Like, it's a problem. Like a real problem.
I have been
I'll deal with this.
No one is talking about it. No one is talking about that game's performance. And that's, I get it, because who cares? But I was getting, one, it renders in native 4K, which for a game like this you would not think is a problem, but really it's taxing to run on my PC without DLSS or FSR or whatever. Like, it is a very intensive game to try to run because it has ray tracing in its environmental effects, and it uses internal scaling to make it run better. And it's an intense game for some reason, engine-wise. I don't know why.
I can't handle another fight right
But also,
This is kind of exciting.
it is full of really odd audio bugs, which for a game that is 95% conversations, is kind of an issue. Like, just is a bit of a problem.
Where to next?
So that is a real big bummer to me. And I decided I would wait until it got patched. And it sucks because True Colors, again, another Life is Strange game that came out, the immediately previous Life is Strange game ran great and was a fucking excellent video game. Life is Strange True Colors, low-key, just awesome video game. If you like the first Life is Strange, you should absolutely play True Colors. I think True Colors might be the best game in the series, frankly. It doesn't necessarily have the same level of charm as the first game, but it is very earnest and very sincere in what it wants to do, and it's a very confident game, and I really like it for that reason. Just really awesome video game. Really big fan of that one.
Where to next?
Where is this meridian? What the hell?
Let's rest up.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, that's that place. Arvot's pasture. There's just one of them here. One thing that we can grab. But yeah, I don't know. I tried to record it, and I was 15 minutes into it or whatever, like barely through the like opening prologue scenes, and it has this I don't like to talk about bugs when I'm talking about games, especially on stream, because people will find this stream in 6 years and then perpetuate the myth that the game is still buggy even if like the developers patch it. So if you're watching this and you're hearing me complain about this, know that it has probably, since my complaint, been patched, and you should go check it out and see if it has been. I'm sure people are documenting it on the Steam discussion pages and on PC Gaming Wiki. But I'm running into an issue right now where, because the game has like spatial audio, and it's not like Windows spatial audio, just like obviously,
Thanks
like
for the pick-me-up.
when someone talks to the left side of you, it's more balanced towards your left side than it is towards the front or towards the back or something, right?
Let's use
That's
the
pretty
Meridian
common.
travel.
It's pretty normal. But this game has it's proximity based as well. And so in scenes sometimes where it doesn't make a lot of sense for the individual characters to not like for the proximity of the individual characters to be so drastically affecting the sound, it's very weird. So, for example, like sometimes it feels like the camera is what the proximity is being derived from. So, a character will be talking in front of the camera and they'll sound completely normal, and then it will cut to a new camera angle, and because the camera is like slightly closer to them, suddenly the sound is amplified like 3 times, so they suddenly sound like they're talking like this, and it is super annoying. And similarly, like a character will be talking and they'll like a character will be moving in a scene and they will sound normal, and they will like walk behind something, and it's not something that obscures them really. They'll be like walking in front of a knee-high coffee table, but then they'll sound like they're talking like this through a wall. Like asset height isn't being taken into consideration. It's just like a very weird set of bugs that really impacts the like emotional and viewer experience of this game that's meant to be like a sad murder mystery style story. Just really weird set of issues.
You're mine.
That is a weird thing. Huh. So yeah, I mean, like that's like a thing that I'm currently attempting to deal with Life is Strange. So I'm sad that I wasn't able to record that, because I would have loved to have a ton more videos to just upload and then like schedule and then ignore it, like forget about. But it just didn't work out that way this time around. And honestly, that kind of sucks. It really bums me out. But it is what it is. I think with Visions of Mana, Shin Megami Tensei and stuff, like these are also games that I pre-record and then I just like upload. You just put on the schedule and slap down, and I'm not that worried about getting more episodes done for these. Like, it's not gonna be the end of the world if I miss a little bit of time or I miss an episode here or there for these. It's like it's not a major problem, so I don't need to worry too much about it. But it is just kind of a pain in the ass when schedules run out and I don't have episodes to upload, and like I feel like I have to make not an excuse, but like an explanation when that happens. Like a real pain in the ass.
Power of mana.
Wow, did I really come here just for this? Wow, golly gee, that is bad. What a humongous waste of my time.
Got some syrup.
That's fine. We got some syrup.
Let's use
Went
the
to the wrong
Meridian to
thing.
travel. Let's rest up.
We're all the way back here. Wow. So there really weren't that many Aeries. I guess there were quite a few elemental stones to pick up or whatever, so that's fine. Not a major problem. We can just ride the turtle.
Resonate.
Look at that.
Thanks. Where to next?
But yeah, I have a lot of plans for the new year for how the stream is going to change. Expect some pretty big plans. I'm going to use December to finish up the Castlevania marathon probably, and finish up whatever games we have on the docket. There might be some small changes to certain games, but I will follow up with that when we get to it. But yeah, things are going. We're making moves. And now we just gotta go to Guju, or not Guju, Juhu Tana, or whatever. The Sawhawk Desert, sure. Wow, we did like a real lap around the world just now. Not too shabby. It was worth going back to do those areas now, because those rewards would not have been worth it to do later. But if we would have had to if we were playing on hard mode still.